It has finally been revealed as the Dallas Cowboys' official 2026 NFL schedule has just been released. So now we know all the game times, all the opponents, and every single week from week 1 to week 17. No more looking at leaks. We have it right in front of us, and today on Cowboys Digest, we're going to go through every single one of the matchups and talk about the timing, the TV, and where you can watch it all here today on the show. So without further ado, let's get right into this one, and we start with the weeks 1 through 5 for the Dallas Cowboys. We knew the first matchup of the year was going to be on Sunday Night Football versus the New York Giants. That will have a kickoff time of 7:20 p.m. on NBC. We're going to get Mike Tirico. We're going to get Chris Collinsworth. So you know a guy is going to be on there, potentially bringing up talk of Patrick Mahomes in week number 1 as we face off against Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors, as he hopefully makes a return. I don't know what's going to go on with that, but either way, we'll face off against the Giants in week 1. In week 2, it'll be in the AT&T Stadium for the first time in 2026 as they'll face off against the Washington Commanders with a 3:25 kickoff time, Sunday, September 20th. In week 3, it'll be Sunday, September 27th in Rio. They'll take on the Baltimore Ravens in Brazil at 3:25, the lone international game this season for the Dallas Cowboys as they go way down south there. Then they'll go down south for week 4 as well, but not as south. They'll take on the Houston Texans as our in-state rival. Will go to NRG Stadium or Reliant Stadium, whichever one you want to call it. That'll be a noon kickoff, the first noon kickoff of the season for the Cowboys. Then on week 5, they'll have a primetime game once again as they'll face off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 7:15 p.m. on October 18th for Thursday Night Football. And a quick announcement, we are going to be live for every single one of these games, so get excited because you're getting more streams this upcoming 2026 year. Let me ask you a question before we get too far into the news today. Have you ever Googled your name? Because if you haven't, it's actually crazy how much of your personal information, like your address, phone number, or even your family details are just sitting online. Now, that's why we here at Cowboys Digest use Incogni. Incogni helps protect your privacy by removing your personal data from websites which are constantly collecting and selling your information without you ever knowing. Now, what really sets Incogni apart is their unlimited plan. It's their most comprehensive and powerful data removing plan available. It lets you submit an unlimited number of removal requests, so even if your info is on a random site, Incogni's privacy experts will go after it for you. All you have to do is find out where your data is being exposed, send them the link, and they will handle the rest. We're talking about 420 plus data brokers plus custom removals beyond that. Honestly, in today's world, protecting your data is not optional anymore. And guys, we've got a good deal for you because if you use code Cowboys Digest with the link in the description, you're going to get 60% off an annual plan. That's incogni.com/Cowboys Digest. We'll add the link in the description and as the pinned comment. Make sure you take back control of your personal information today by using Incogni. We continue on with the schedule as we go from week 5 into week number 6. The Dallas Cowboys in week 6 will have another primetime game as they'll face off on Sunday Night Football for the second time this season, taking on the Green Bay Packers this time at 7:20 p.m. So back-to-back primetime games turns into back-to-back-to-back as in week 7 they're on Monday Night Football on October 26th as they'll be facing off against the Philadelphia Eagles at 7:15 p.m. So we get now 4 primetime games through the first 7 weeks. Also, the Rio de Janeiro game inside there as well. Then you have back-to-back noon kickoffs with week 8 and week 9 as you'll face off on November 1st versus the Arizona Cardinals inside of AT&T Stadium. Week 9, you'll face off at Indianapolis against the Colts at 12 o'clock. That one being a kickoff time there. So the 2 back-to-back noon kickoff times. Not many of those for the Dallas Cowboys as you could expect, but got 2 of them back-to-back here in weeks 8 and week 9. Then week 10, Sunday, November 15th, the San Francisco 49ers are coming into town, and we'll take them on at 3:25 p.m. That is the game that I am actually going to go to, so the one game this season that I probably won't be able to stream because I'll be at the game. So excited to see the Cowboys and the Niners take on each other on November 15th this upcoming season. 3:25 is the kickoff for that one. As we go into weeks 11 through 16, here is the schedule. Week 11, we'll face off against the Tennessee Titans on our 3rd noon kickoff game of the season. That'll be on November 22nd, again inside AT&T Stadium Sunday. That will be the game just before Thanksgiving, which of course the Cowboys will be active on facing off against the Philadelphia Eagles. We knew that one was coming up had been announced a day or so ago that the Cowboys were going to play against the Eagles. That'll be a 3:30 p.m. kickoff time Thursday, November 26th. Then they're going to have a Monday night game on December 7th before their bye week as they'll take on the defending Super Bowl champions and the Seattle Seahawks. That'll be a 7:15 p.m. kickoff time in Week 13. They'll get their bye week this season in Week 14, which isn't a great bye week. I definitely don't think it's the worst, but I don't like how long. We're playing 13 straight weeks of football before they're able to get the bye. In Week 15, on Sunday, December 20th, they'll be at the Los Angeles Rams, a really good team in the NFC as well. That'll have a 3:25 p.m. kickoff time for that one, so we'll go and face Matthew Stafford for potentially the final time. Obviously, there is a question mark on whether or not he'll be able to continue or want to continue for that light after this season, so that'll be on Week 15, Sunday, December 20th. It'll be probably, or not America's Game of the Week, but the mid-noon time with the potential of being America's Game of the Week versus the Los Angeles Rams in the Sunday, December 20th game. Then, of course, the final two games of the season. One of them is TBD, obviously, the Week 17 matchup versus the Commanders. Could be played on Saturday or Sunday around the January 20th area. Obviously, the timing is also still yet to be decided with that. But we do know in Week 16, they'll be facing off against the New York Giants. As of right now, there is not a scheduled time. I believe the expectation is that one's going to be noon, I believe. But that is the official Cowboys schedule. So here is the holistic picture of it all. You can see the Cowboys schedule. And they do have it on here as a noon kickoff time versus the Giants on January 3rd. I think that game might be flexed depending on what ends up happening with both of these teams. Besides the point, though, exciting times as we officially have the Dallas Cowboys schedule. Obviously, you can take a screenshot, take a picture, and see what's going on. We also know the preseason games. They'll face off against the Seattle Seahawks, the Arizona Cardinals, and the New Orleans Saints, which the Saints will be here at AT&T Stadium. So that is the 2026 schedule. We're going to be live for every single game, including the first couple preseason games. I might actually go to that Saints game for preseason, but either way, we're going to be live for every single game, and we're really excited for it. Now that you know the schedule, and we kind of had that thought process, I got to ask you a quick question on the over-under. You see, as of right now, the Cowboys win total is set at 9.5 wins. So what are you taking in this year's schedule? Are you taking the over for the Dallas Cowboys, or are you taking the under for the Dallas Cowboys win total? Do you think they're going to win 9, 10? Do you think they'll win 9 or 10? Do you think they'll win over 9? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Obviously, we're really pumped. We're going to have a full prediction on every single one of these games later on in this weekend, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But really excited for all that is to come. And yeah, we're going to be pumped. We're going to be live for all of them. Again, here is the official schedule, one final look at it. Rio, obviously, is going to be a fun game, but ultimately 7 primetime games this season. So really excited for that. That's what we got for you here today on the show. We'll see you next time. Peace out.